There we are. You guys didn't even have the time to tell me about the mute. We are unmuted. And there we go. We're live. Quickly jumping from one to the next. How we doing, everybody? Got Youngfang in the chat. What are you saying, buddy? You mean one where the main players refuse to play the tournament? I think you refer to something else. Do you want to do a show match? Not sure we have time for a show match. Don't know if you have any players lined up, but we have like 1 hour and 20 minutes exactly. So it might not be enough time for a show match. I mean, in general, though, I'm very interested in some possible show matches. Let's check in with our dear friends on... Holy crap. Look at that Infi stream right now. He's showing a 2v2 game. This might be on KK, though. Wait, is it on KK? Maybe it isn't. I'm not seeing the Chinese symbols. But look at this overlay. Holy hell. How many numbers do we have in here? Jesus Christ, there is like 15 heroes. Okay, it's more like 10 heroes. There's a million upgrades. This looks like one of those dystopian sci-fi nightmares. Just numbers everywhere, you know, like where people put on like these goggles and then there's just numbers and ads everywhere in their visual field. I do appreciate, you know, the Chinese overlays with all their information. Kind of cool to know. But I feel like at some point also it gets a little too much. I mean, that's the nature of 2v2. It just doubles everything. I gotta say, this gives me a bit of anxiety. This is so much going on here. Is this on War 3 Champions or not? Hold on. They TP'd out. We don't have to... Well, we can swap away from that here for a second. I should be able to see if this is... Is this on War 3 Champions? Unfortunately, it's not. Then I'm gonna try to get into the next map on KK. Hold on. I logged out of KK already. Gotta get back in there. Give me a second. This. One moment, my friends. Oh, okay, yeah, so laggy. I'm seeing nobody in my friends lists in any games. Damn, okay. Let's just watch the end of the game here through Infi's stream. I know the quality is pretty bad here. Sorry about that, guys. This is a wild game, though. Lich goes down. Dream Undead Triple Hero, DK Lich Cryptlord, but the experience is rather low. Having to TP away. Looks like 40 and Fly here have the way superior numbers. Crazy Orc army as well. Blade, TC, Shadow, Paladin also so good. Pally seems so damn strong in 2v2 these days. It's kind of a crazy 2v2. There seem to be 2 expansions as well for 1.0 and X Game. Isn't that what one of those extreme sports competitions used to be called? X Game? Who would you want to see in a show match? Interesting question. Lawlight is always exciting in a show match. Sheik is always exciting in a show match. Unusual strats, still high level play. I think Leqi is pretty interesting at the moment. He also seems to have much improved. The Chinese human player, formerly known as Meteor. There's a couple of cool ones out there. Holy crap, dude, this overlay. That Impale wasn't too amazing, didn't hit that much. Bear Fiend army on one side, Rifle Tauren army on the other. Code is, of course, providing so much damage here for the Rifle army, for everything. But Cryptlord looks underleveled. Now he's out of mana as well. Oh, we got Ancestral Spirit! Oi! The Tauren returns! Right there, maybe missing that Dark Ranger. Fordian Fly, big supply lead. X game especially has almost nothing left. And the Keeper going down as well. That looks to be the end of the game. Dude, the value from Ancestral Spirit. The Brilliance aura with Walkers is pretty crazy. Walkers are some of the strongest casters in the game, but their abilities cost lots of mana. That's the big downside. But with an Archmage, you got a ton of mana. Numbers overwhelming now. Fights seem to be easy at this point. Yeah, I mean, these armies... Oh, the red army is looking pretty much perfect. Walker, Tauren, Kodo, backed up by a lot of rifles and priests. Only thing missing here is Inner Fire. And that's the GG. Okay, they are on KK. That's what I can see from that. But I can't join the lobby, sadly. Okay. Sometimes Fly's stream works better. It's weird. Sometimes the Dojo stream works well, and sometimes it just endlessly refreshes. Yeah. Today's one of those days. Oh, wait. Maybe now it's working. Yeah, when they're not playing on Warcraft III Champions, it's harder for us to follow. Normally the admins always invite us, but seems like here admins aren't involved. I'm trying to get onto Yumiko's friends list right now. Okay, I may have found a better restream option though here on TH's stream. All right, let me add this one then. It's 120 an X game. Still don't really know who that is. Wait. Lie and Infi. Oh wait, it's Flying 40. Do I have that in here as well? Nope. Okay. Let's check out map number 2. We're going to have to go for a restream here once again, guys. We are on TH's stream right now, but here the quality at least is a lot better. And the overlay is looking a little different as well. Turtle Rock here for map number 2. Fly and 40 against 120 an X game. Org tier 3. Is that a new thing in 2v2? I feel like I haven't seen much 2v2 at all lately. Gonna be a Blade Master opening again. Archmage. What do we have here around the clock? Got a Keeper as well. DK. This was also the way X Game started the first map. Do we know who the Night Elf is? Not really. We've watched and cast many tournaments over the years, but X Game is not a name that came up before. A new face in the scene, maybe. Turtle Rock in 2v2 morphs into a very small map, whereas in 1v1 we feel like it's pretty big. In 2v2 it's the opposite. There's so few creep camps to go around, shared between the 4 players. It seems like on this map we tend to see lots of pushes on tier 2, which you would think normally isn't good for the undead. But I specifically remember many games in the past where 120 did very well on this map. And I think he's playing a ghoul build here. Yep. Ghoul build. Trying to get strong on tier 3 with Frenzy, while also creeping up fast in the early game. Oh, the items for the Lich are going to be insane, dude. Look at that. Double Claws and Mantle to be given to the Lich later. If X Game continues the way he did previously, he's going to go for a Demon second. Second heroes are really, really hard to creep on this map. So a Demon Hunter might look a bit underwhelming. We'll see about that later. What other second hero could he go for? What about a Podum? Wouldn't a Podum be nice? Podum Aura? Pit Lord, maybe? Chad is saying Alchemist. Man, I feel like Alchemist is really weak these days. Chemical Rage weak, which it has always been. Acid Bomb, I would say also these days pretty weak. Was nerfed many times, of course. Heal Spray is still pretty good, but not even incredible. Compared to other healings, isn't Heal Spray the worst heal ability? Coil is better. Holy Light is better. Heal Wave is better. What else do we have? I feel like the Alchemist right now suffering from having all terrible spells. Not all terrible, but all pretty bad. And the stats on him are weird because he's got such low armor. What about Death Pact? Death Pact is actually pretty good in the right scenario, but level 2 aura. You don't want to give up. Oh, they're playing on old Turtle Rock, by the way, with the Watch Awards. Man, I hate those Watch Awards. Not gonna lie. Not a big fan. Oh, wait, surround? Almost surrounding the Blade Master here. Oh, Entangle, he's dead. Damn. Nice hero kill in the early game. The ghouls here with a surround potential. Showing what's possible. Heal Spray is also good in the right scenario. Yes. I mean, healing is always good. Even Replenish Potion is good in the right scenario. Even Ring of Regen can be good in the late game, in the right game. Healing is just crucially important. I think when Blizzard initially designed the game, they didn't understand how important healing was. I mentioned this many times. I think they made a crucial design error in Night Elf. And that error is that Night Elf without bears never have enough healing. But yeah, healing is obviously insanely important. We're seeing a TC second. Blade Master probably going to have a pretty underwhelming game. It is Demon second. It is Lich second. Strong level 3 now on the DK. Strongest hero on the map currently. Is the Keeper going to be selfless? Is he going to pass the Claws and the Mantle? He certainly should. Big mana potion picked up here. Keeper so far holding on to his items, giving the tank items to the demon. As is proper. In Reign of Chaos, some races had 0 healing until late game. Orc? Are you talking about Orc? No heal selves? No Shadow Hunter? Yeah, you're right. Oh my god. How weird was that? DK cornered here, but has a TP. Yeah, more independent sources of healing are great for the meta. I think Undeads proved that over time. The changes to Undeads, especially the Ritual Dagger. Since Ritual Dagger, you can play Cryptlord, you can play Dreadlord, you can play Lich. Before that, it was way harder to do. Of course, also with expansions and so on. Keeper still has those damage items. Seems like that is not the proper way it's supposed to be. He got the level 2 as well. Blade is almost dying to the creeps somewhere, by the way. Blade Master there on 20 hit points. Still not giving away these items. I think TH is also talking about it right now. All those claws, not on the Lich. That must make 1-0 a little bit sad. He's going Cryptlord third again. Appreciate it. Cryptlord, a very impactful hero if you land the right impales. Normally, though, not very strong before level 3, but if you get level 3, absolutely sensational. I might be a bit biased there as well. Cryptlord, my favorite hero of all time. Fly and 40 here, very, very close to 2 level ups. TC and Archmage. Blade was playing very selflessly, giving priority to the other heroes. Oh, big steal here possible. Orgalord experience goes to the Undead Night Elf team. The item, Ancient Django. On the other side, of course, the TC had it already. Ooh, lots of damage on this Blade Master here. Invo Potion, gonna keep him safe, but not for too long. Destroyer Dispel is insanely good here. Here comes the Impale. Blade might be dead. No, still alive. Getting healed by the Holy Light. Cryptlord now also. He cannot miss. He can't miss. The Impale now in the front line. The mana is low. Oh, and the Pally is dead. No way to save him there anymore. No TPs on their side. Blade in the front line. Low HP now. The Cryptlord is dead. Lots of damage still, it seems, in the Orc human army. Destroyer also taken out. Good job with the Ensnare and rifle piercing damage. DK level 4. Great level up to have as well. Mana potion on the Lich. He's close to 3 as well. TC there was in trouble also. Oh, yoink! Destroyer ensnared. Another destroyer picked off. Those destroyers died too easily. But when there's heroes and statues, the other can still fight, and the TC is dead as well. Big level up there. Lich on 3. And there's still a bunch of Novas left on this DK. Coils, of course. Kills one of those rifles with that coil, and right now Team Fly 40 only has a single hero left. It's just the Archmage. He's getting solo experience here. He's almost level 4. That is nice. But even nicer is having friends in the form of other heroes. TK now in the back, picking off those priests. Easy. That is so many kills. My goodness. Supply is actually pretty even. But there's only one player on tier 3 this game. That is 120. He is the hard carry here. And I think nobody can keep up with his power anymore. TC came back from the tavern. That Kodo is also going down. Bear returns, but not for long. Supply, pretty even. But that doesn't take into consideration the tier 3 advantage that 120 has. He must be feeling confident now. Having taken that fight so well. Aren't bears tier 3? Indeed they are. Indeed they are. Whoops. For a second there I thought Ami was only tier 2. But no, you're absolutely right. So it's a double tier 3 advantage. That spells even more of a disaster for 40 and Fly right here. Is the item still there from the red camp? Oh, yes it is. Tome of Retraining for 40. Blizzard, of course, could have big impact. Stomp into Blizzard could be quite amazing. Big item picked up. Ancient Django for their team. It is great. Oh, they're going to get the healing rune. They're trying to keep the healing rune available in the back. Now they picked it up. Oh, look at that impale. Being so much of the army. Terrifying army here, by the way. Bears, Fiends. Same army we had on map 1, but on map 1 there was way more supply and way higher tech available for the other team. Yeah, this fight is looking very easy. Pally goes down again. Another hero kill. And that surely is the end. The statues here doing a fantastic job as always. The Blade Master does go down towards the end. And that is it. GG. Okay, Yumi, did you accept my friend request? He didn't. Wait. Now I can't find him anymore. By the way, I didn't change the title yet. Hold on. 40 and Fly versus Infi and no wait. 1-0 and X game 2v2 show match. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to stay with the restream over TH's stream, unfortunately. Why did that not work, though? Oh well. Players are getting ready for the next map. It's going to be Lost Temple coming up next. Oh. Wait. Look at TH's cute cat. Ah, it just left. I'm sorry. I want to hide my cam and show you. He's got a black and gray tigered cat. It looks like a snow leopard. Oh, there it is. There it is. Dude, check out this beautiful cat. I am a cat person, chat. I don't know if I ever told you that, but yeah, cats are amazing. Little cutie. Okay. 1-1 the score. We're nicely tied up. Now playing on Lost Temple. One of the most legendary maps in Warcraft history. Not just Warcraft history, but Blizzard history. Also in StarCraft 2. Did we have Lost Temple in StarCraft 1, by the way? I feel like there must have been. I remember what Lost Temple looked like in StarCraft 2, but I don't remember in StarCraft 1. I never watched much Brood War. Do you not have a cat, Remo? No, I don't. Haven't had a cat for a long time. When I was living in a shared apartment, we used to have a cat, but that was many years ago. If you guys were watching then, many years ago, you might have seen it at some point on stream. I showed him a couple of times. His name was Ziggy, and he was kind of cute, but only kind of, because he was not a very cuddly cat at all. Only once a week or so, he would want to be pet. So most of the time, he just wanted to be left alone, which was sad, because I always wanted to, you know, cuddle that little rascal. And the weirdest thing about Ziggy was, he was a hunter by heart. He loved to go hunting for birds and mice, but only at nighttime, which I guess that makes sense because cats are nocturnal predators, I suppose. However, with that cat, it was so extreme. Not only did he go hunting only at night, also he only went outside at night. In fact, if you tried to carry him out of the door into the open air when it was daytime, when sun was shining, he would get terrified. He would start clawing at you, trying to get back into the apartment. He was terrified of daytime being outside. So as soon as the sun went down, he would run outside, go hunting, and then early in the morning, right at daybreak, or shortly before daybreak, he would meow outside, knock on the windows. And like I said, it was a shared apartment back then. And I always had the lightest sleep. I would wake up the easiest. So he would always knock on my window. He knew I would always wake up the easiest. So I was always the one having to open the window, let him in, close the window, try to fall asleep again. That was annoying. And not being able to pet him most of the time was annoying. But still. He was a little cutie. Because I love cats. Yeah, vampire cat. Yeah, we said the same. He must have been a vampire cat coming out of Transylvania. Because I've never heard of that before. Weird little guy, to be honest. I think he was a Norwegian forest cat with a very thick coat of fur. Over here we have the keeper going fast expo hunts. Classic strat for Nylov in this matchup. Especially on a map like this. Important last hits here, possible. DK not quite yet level 2. Would get it though if he kills the grunt. Deny would be big actually. But that one does not occur. Good start so far for 1-0 and Ame, I'd say. Wait. Is it Ame or is it X Game? I know in Dota 2 there's a player called Ame. Is it XG Ame? I kind of feel like that might be his name. Because X Game does sound very stupid. I think I'm going to call him Ame now. Ame here with the first couple of hunts. Going for Sentinel. Dude, Sentinel is so good on Lost Temple. It gives you so much vision here with all the trees in the middle. Keeper Entangled plus Fiend Focus is working really well here. Finding one kill after the next. Decent mana. Still left. Blade's got some good items, by the way. Not too much damage with only one pair of claws, but double rings also not too bad, especially for a TC later on. Would be really nice. What about X-Lord? Does that also sound stupid? Yes, it does sound pretty stupid actually. But we got used to it over the years. Oh, TK actually caught here in the middle. It's a pretty narrow position on the map. Shared by 2 or in this case even 4 players. But that is a mistake by 1-0. Shouldn't have been so far forward with a DK. Shouldn't have taken so much damage here. And now on low HP, things could get a little bit scary. If there's a Hex, he might just be dead. There's the Shadow. DK has to stay way in the back. But the Fiend Hunt combo is, of course, brawling super well here. The Entangle is working out still amazing before there's Dispel. Keeper getting solo experience. We got 3 rings on the Blade Master. Might want to give those to the Pally. At least one. And Fly is going for Wyvern. Wyvern. Against Mass Fiends, that seems a bit weird. Here's the Hex Focus that we were anticipating. Entangle also slowing down the blade though, and he's taking quite a bit of damage. And there is reveal, thanks to these Sentinels. Creep Camp is still here, involved by the way. Lots of wisps coming out for the detonates. That's a ton of wisps. Entangle again protects the Death Knight. And the blade goes down. Didn't TP fast enough. Maybe didn't see the Lich there approaching from the edge of the screen. That's a hero kill. And also 2 items going to team 1-0 and Ame. Looks to be a big, big lead. 2 maps back to back, looking likely right here. Ame probably starting to feed resources to 1-0 already. 1-0 with tier 3. Gonna try to be the carry here once again. Item is on the ground. He left an item behind. The DK picked up the Ankh, but there's another big consumable left over there that they just forgot about. Maybe he's going to pick it up now, finally. Oh, yep, whoops. Forgot about that one. Big Invo Potion. Lots of security now on the heroes. Supply is very slightly favoring Team Fly and 40 right now. But probably not for long. Okay, one Fiend picked off. Under tier 3 is not yet finished. But the piercing damage, even without Orb, is still very good against the Wyvern. And also really good against the Walkers. Once again, a Cryptlord third for 120. Seems to be quite fond of this hero as well. Same as me. At least in 2v2. Fly is fighting against 120. Ame is fighting against 40. But now 40 coming to join forces with his ally. At that point, 120 probably gonna have to TP away. And not sure if he lost that statue. Maybe. Meanwhile, though, human main base is in serious trouble here. There's a whole bunch of hunts in your main base, buddy. In comes the TP. And a quick move out. Keeper almost level 4. Of course, he's not going to be that impactful anymore moving to the late game. But he's done a good job so far in this early game. In the mid game, giving all those resources to 120. 120 who was supposed to be the carry now. Can anybody keep up with his tier 3 power? Normally the answer is no in 2v2. Well, in general. To beat tier 3, normally you have to be tier 3. Except for human versus night elf. And human versus undead, sometimes. And human versus orc, sometimes. It is a base race. TP on home now. Actually gonna make sure the tree stays standing. Keeper killing a lot of peasants here. Absolute carnage against the economy. Gonna be TPing out now. Invis hunts, minimizing the damage taken. At some point, 120 got a Catgas pipe, by the way. I didn't even realize that before. That is, of course, incredibly good. And now this fight is so easy. This is such an easy fight. Tier 3 undead against Tier 2 orc. That is zero challenge. Once they're also about to hit 3 level ups. 40 and Fly are trying to distract from an expansion on the right-hand side, but it's been spotted. Ooh, look at that impale. Josie. At some point, one zero might even be able to fight 2 armies alone. Got a lot of supply already. And the hunt's back in the main base. Man, this is an annoying game for 40. And now Flying 40 might just be thinking, okay, we can't keep playing this game. We gotta go all in right now. Ooh, look at those impales, baby. Oh my lord. Keeper can join in here via TP. He's taking his time though. Okay, there it is. Lich level 3. DK almost 4. There are still some peasants here, but not too many left over. TH looking away from the fight, like I tend to do. Blade Master kept all those rings, by the way. The healing efficiency from Holy Light now is amazing. But the damage output of only tier 2 armies is simply not that high, and the destroyers are absolutely owning right here. Dispel is amazing. Magic damage at times is amazing. Orb of Annihilation, of course, sick. Cryptolord's such a sick tank as well. Especially if he has some items. He doesn't even have any items, but still lots of armor thanks to the passive. And that army is, again, just getting decimated. As expected. Only 32 supply left for Fly. He actually has a ton of gold. Export down there can soon start mining. Fly and 40 trying to stay alive. What is Fly doing? He's got 1,200 gold. He's not spending any of it. TP out now. 1,300 gold. Bro, when are you going to start to macro? Dude, what is going on? Finally making some units. Still 1,300 Gs. There we go. Now production ramps up. Finally. Ooh, but look at the Crypt Lord. Level 3, super strong. Undead hero levels here are just amazing. This is the Undead dream. You got triple hero on high level. Everyone else is just tier 2. This is where you have the easiest fights. The most one-sided odages imaginable. X game is colorful? Wait, really? Ah, okay. Maybe he's an Ame fan. Keeper going for another run by towards the human main base. Gonna force a TP. Ooh, there could be a bunch of hunts left behind right here. Free experience, maybe. Only one huntress seems to have left behind in the end. Oh yeah, 1-0 is looking very strong. Very in charge. And another round. We have a bunch of towers here now, but of course with heavy armor, the Huns don't care as much as they would with unarmored. Look at those impales. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, they didn't present an amazing impale there. Good job by them. TP out. Oh, nice saves. Burrow, TP. Everything saved. Expanding it again in the corners. Why not? That is looking like the 2-1 here for sure. Ooh, trying to TP in. There's enough time. There's no saving this keep anymore. Too much normal damage. Keep eliminated. Hunting for expos right now. The main bases are going to be expiring very soon as well. Keeper not too far from the ult anymore, by the way. The Cadeas pipe here for 1-0 is just incredible. Keeper gets caught, but he's got the TP. Should be able to survive if he really has to use it. Frost armor also so good here against this Blade Master. They're hoping for a miracle. It's not gonna happen though. Oh, goodness. Impale Coil Nova. Good night. There goes the Archmage. Didn't even involve an Impale, I think. That's it. GG. 1-0, the hard carry now. 2 maps back to back. Yeah, on Twisted Meadows, they were able to deal with the undead late game by having their own tier 3. It was Fly being tier 3, triple hero torrents, all that. Seems like they could have just expanded. Go for your own expansion. Go for your own high tech. Maybe they're a bit too stuck on tier 2. I can understand playing tier 2 push strats on smaller maps. But LT is such a big map. It's so hard to force the issue. There's always so much opportunity for counterattacks to drag out the game. I'm not sure if this is a play all 5 series. Meaning we're going to play all 5 maps, even if we're going to have the 3-1 result. We'll see about that. TH left the chair right now. Maybe he's looking for the cat. By the way, guys, tomorrow, in case you haven't heard, there is big matches coming in the B Cup. I imagine most of you are aware already, but it's worth mentioning again. It bears repeating. Games tomorrow really are going to be sick. Very excited for those. We're going to have Happy versus Focus, 1-0 versus Lin. First 2 matches of the day. And then the third match, final match of B Cup tomorrow, is going to be the upper bracket final. 3 BO5s. We still haven't had a 5-mapper here, which is kind of crazy. 6 maps in. All series have been somewhat one-sided. I really hope that's going to change tomorrow. Happy versus Len, of course. I'm always in for it. Are they done with the 2v2? Was it just a BO3? No. Oh shit, TH might have missed the lobby. Yep. TH missed the lobby. Okay, but I think this might be Yumiko's stream. Okay, anyways, we are on map number 4 in this 2v2. We have Fly and 40 in the bottom left here in the red. And in the green, we got 1-0 and people are saying this is colorful. Oh, wait. Shit. Okay, wait. I can try to find Yumiko's stream. He should be streaming as well. Oh, Jesus. Wait, Yumiko might also be AFK. What a coincidence. Both guys just leaving the computer. They're not really moving the camera right now. We got an Archmage and TC against the Death Knight and Demon Hunter finally for the first time. Oh, there he is. Ah, Yumi's back. There we go. Okay, all good. So, he didn't quite update the score yet. The score is 2-1 for 1-0 and Colorful. TC first. There was a hard read here by Colorful, right? With the Demon Hunter, with that mana burn, you're going to have a very strong weapon later on against the TC. Once you got the Demon on 3. But very tanky items already. Lion 40 backing off, looking for the big stomp. He did choose the skill point already. Of course, the Brilliance Aura here is great. Mana regen kicking in for everybody on the human orc side. Isn't it Flying 40? Yes. What did I say? Did I say Flying Infi? I meant Flying 40. This is Fly and 40 indeed. We're still waiting for the first stomp. If the ghouls are out of position, a big stomp could absolutely shatter right here. Even if this isn't an exile. Lots of poking here in the middle. No kills yet, I think. We don't have any catch so far. Oh, first stomp misses. Was trying to stun the DK to stop a coil, but there was no coil regardless. So 40 and Fly are creeping together. Moving from camp to camp, that is pretty safe, but it's not the fastest creeping ever. We're seeing a Pally second again. Pally can be a great healer for the TC who is stomping in the front line. Going to be hard to bring down, especially if he gets some rings of protection. Those really would go a long way. Demon items are amazing, by the way. Quel'Thalas and Ring of Protection. The evasion should be given over to the DK, I would think. Zero slowing down his own creeping a lot. We saw the Undead Heroes carrying earlier on previous maps. Might be harder to pull off this time around. Nova for the steal. DK trying with the coil as well, but he's a bit too late. That's TC level 3. That's a big level up. Stomp immediately. This one again didn't land too well, but if he kills the Lich here with a surround, I guess it did land well. Only saw a single ghoul only affected, but the hero kill here is big. Lich now going to be very low, very late with the leveling. We do see a Podum this time, by the way. Going to be great for the Fiend army. I guess that means it might be a Fiend Dryad army. By the way, should I switch to TH's stream? Is that one better? Oh yeah, that one is better. Oh, that one is looking way crisper. I think TH did somehow get into the lobby after all. Just didn't have him on post for a little while. Wonder just lost 2 ghouls to creeps. That was very sloppy. And here comes the Pally, gets another kill. 3 ghouls dead at this camp. Okay, that wasn't quite ideal. Fly's going tier 3. Getting stomped right now, ironically. When he's the stomper with the TC. Doesn't get the creep in the end. As Colorful was approaching. Where's the mana burn? What? Did mana burn in time there, maybe? I guess there would have been a mana burn, at least one stomp regardless. Two versus one can't take that fight. Colorful has to TP on out, but some good saves. Actually, in the end, it was minimal losses. And so almost everyone's on tier 3. Only 40 is not. Level 2 Pally. And level 4 TC here already. Ooh, Potion of Divinity. That can be very nice for him. There's also lots of time where he doesn't get mana burned. Main base is walled off, but not for the ghouls. Those always get in. One Berserker is gonna fall. Traded for a ghoul. TP for TP. Yeah, this human army can, or this human base rather, can certainly be abused. Wait. Looks like TH actually wasn't in the lobby. Lots of upgrades coming for fly. We got improved pulverize. We got the Kodo upgrade. All right, Pally 3, pretty strong as well. Shadowhunter almost 3, so there is tons and tons of healing on the human orc side. Question might be more if they have the damage. Under hero levels, a bit underwhelming. And we got triple hero with the Fire Lord. Oh, he's trying to blow up the Torrent corpses. Ah, that's smart. If it works. Level 1 Fire Lord, though, also pretty squishy. In we go. Stomp here could be incredible. Stomp Blizzard combo. The Demon Hunter surely has to mana burn the TC. He's not mana burning the TC. The TC can stomp whatever he wants. Demon seems to be in way the wrong position here. Look at that TC. He's getting off endless stomps right now. Can't be killed because of all the healing. Also, Potion of Divinity. Mana pot, another stomp. No, wait, there was one of Mana Steal. Still has the Mana Potion. There it is! Holy shit, dude. The TC stomps are just crazy here. I guess now finally he's out of mana. Maybe in the end, 1-0 and Colorful do indeed win this. Guess the damage does seem a bit too low on the human orc side. TC with so many stomps, and it wasn't enough. Boy, he lost a ton of army here. Only player not on tier 3. Outclassed, it seems, on his units. Nothing really to just deal with the destroyers, it seems. Mana potion, stomp once more. That might be the last one. There's a tiny Great Hall, by the way, in the Archmage's inventory. They tried to go for it, somewhat greedy, didn't work out. And the IM is dead, but returning. But that's a GG. GG called, 3-1 victory for 1-0 Colorful. Are they going to play out map 5 as well, I wonder? What's TH doing? If he's going to start to ladder now, then the answer is no. Ah, okay. They do play out map number 5 as well. Okay, cool. We're going to have a little bit of time left. I'm going to hand it over to Neo. He's going to be casting the open qualifier tournament starting at 6. So in like 10 minutes, 5:55, I'm going to go offline and hand it over. Lots of storms, but no DPS to punish the stuns. Yeah, I think that's exactly right. Don't have too many observers here. No admins. Like I said earlier, normally it's always the admins inviting us. Next time. Knollwood. Very interesting map. I kind of love this map in 2v2. It's so weird. It's so random. It is probably not very balanced. There's so many strange unsymmetrical things here. Asymmetrical things, I mean. even the chance of a mana fountain. And yeah, most of the time you're going to spawn close positions. One of the players to one of the others. In this case, it is the Night Elf Colorful next to his ally 120 up here. And I think he's close to 40. Whoa, that's looking really risky by Colorful. He's trying to go for a Merc Creep first. Close to the opponent. Of course, he doesn't know that his opponent is right there. For him, it's a bit unlucky. It's a 33% chance that the opponent is spawning over there. In this case, though, that is the case exactly. Going for a keeper first here once again. Blade Master, Archmage, Death Knight, Keeper. That's the hero setup. Ooh, what's that fountain? I don't think I saw what that was. I'm tempted to say Health Fountain, but I'm not exactly sure. Oh, okay. Footy Scout sees what's going on. This could turn quickly into a disaster over here. Let's see. Entangle first to take care of the footy. Oh, he's targeting the wrong thing there with the keeper for a little bit. Costs 2 entangles to get the footy kill. Now the AM showing up. It seems like it took him a long time to get here. Blade versus DK creeping right now, looking for some items and experience early at the shops. This is where you can get claws. Also at the Merc camps, actually, is where you can get claws. Ooh, neat little surround. Of course, no problem for the Blade. He's got that Windwalk. Still at least one more left here with the mana he has. Speaking of mana, DK has a whole lot. Almost full mana on him. Next round though, this one on a Grunt. Blade, wait, is he gonna get stuck in there? Now, Grunt and Blade in a surround. Grunt gets out though, so does the Blade. I think there was some Skellies expiring. Very solid play here by 120 though. Winning that exchange at the shop. Gets the item. Only a ring for him, but that could also be useful on the right hero later on. Healing possible at the fountain, but the Drake is still protecting it. Hard to take out the Drake early. Death Knight, oh! Almost. Landing in a surround right there. There's an expansion, by the way. Whoa, I missed it. Keeper over here, low HP. Gonna have to get back to those Moonwells pretty soon. Death Knight finally level 2. Big level up for him. Treants putting damage on the peasants. Keeper now far away from the main base. Probably gonna have to get a staff here to get away. Nope, never mind. TP it is. Arcane Tower just barely finishes before being destroyed by those summons. Ah, of course, that's why the Archmage was so late for the harass. Yeah, he was creeping the natural. Sorry, chat. I was pretty blind there. This is also the only position where the Expo is in a good spot between the two allied bases. For example, imagine if 1-0 and Colorful tried to expand here. Would have been quite a bit worse. Or even worse in the other two top positions. There, the Expo points openly towards the middle. Just in this position, it nicely is tucked in somewhat safely between the two allied bases. Two level ups around the corner for 1-0 and Colorful. Double level 3 here would be really, really good. 3 minutes, and then I'm going to have to go off. Seems like we're sadly not going to be able to see the end of this game. But I'm going to have to hand it over to Neo, who's going to be casting the next tournament starting at 6 p.m. Keeper Podem duo. Okay. And the TC second for Fly, I would imagine. Also partly because of the health fountain in the middle. Skips the healer hero, Shadowhunter. Archmage surrounded right here. Surely we'll have to TP. DK and Lich about... I mean, DK and Keeper both about to have the level up. Lots of mana spent to get this grunt kill, so I feel like this isn't even the worst for Fly. Double level 1 heroes though, that's pretty bad. The experience lead is kind of crazy here. Can the expansion make up for it? Tier 2 tech finally started for 40. Got a second barracks on the way. Blacksmith. Supply. Very, very even. Ooh, rope for the Lich is really good. Got that orb as well. 1-0 and Colorful have to win here as soon as possible. Fly finally got a level up on the Blade Master. Some claws. We have no time. We have no time. Trying to crack the base with a Dark Ranger third. Counterattack though. Goodies for 40. Taking out a shop in the Night of Main base. Masked Riot here is the play. Peasants taking a hell of a beating from these ghouls, to be honest. The towers are taken care of. The Expo isn't mining anymore. TP home now. Double Destroyer Morph. Against the Orc attack. Fortitude is in serious trouble here. 25 supply only. He's got an expansion, but he's going to need so much time until he's fully operational again. TP over to try to save the expansion. Wait, is this Owl first? I know. He's level 2. He's got Owl Scout and True Shot. Okay. Can we see the GG in the next 2 minutes? Maybe. Finally, all armies grouping up together, looking for the big fight. Undead, of course, is the big advantage on tier 3, as so often in 2v2. Destroyer's doing a phenomenal job. 1-0 right now is lacking statues, but doesn't seem to be a problem for him. Lots of ranged heroes putting in damage as well. And the DK with the coil from long range. Expo seems to be going down next. This seems to be the end right here. This is the end, right? Looks like map 5 is going to 1-0 and colorful as well. They lost the first map on Twisted Meadows, but now 4 maps in a row in this 2v2 show match. Is there anything that can still save 40 here? 1-0 actually also has a tiny army. Only 35 supply somehow, but high quality. Triple hero, destroyers, some ghouls somewhere. Fly's waiting for the TC to come back, but I don't think really that's going to change much. We got a Blade on level 3 finally, with okay items. He's got a little bit of something, but far from fully stacked. Looks like at the moment 40 is alone here. That is not good. I guess he's not alone, but there's no TC here. Blade with the Invo Potion, trying to stay alive. This looks to be last fight of the game. Good snipe on the Destroyer, though. Oh, Blade Master also sniped with that Entangle and the Coil to follow up. Lots of single target. No Dispel there. They have no Dispel at all. Against the Keeper, that seems very scary. Militia can be of good help here. Oh my god, dude, the pop-ups on the Chinese stream. All over the place. Okay, maybe the game's going to drag on a little bit, of course. 1-0 again on tier 3 here, so far ahead. No expansion involved. Seems like he should have this game. Also now Bears on the way for Colorful. I think this game is pretty much done. And we have to hand it over. Little intermission here with a 2v2 show match. The Tennessee Zug Zug qualifier number 3 is going to be starting now in just a moment. X-Game Who Dat Starbuck asks, according to chat, this was colorful. Under an alias. Okay. That's it for me today. I'll be back here with you guys tomorrow again for more B Cup. Now I go off and hand it over to Neo.